Hey guys, hello everyone. Hello people. Hello. Am I audible guys? And visible also? Please let me know in the chat box. Why so less people? Guys. Hi. Hi Abhishek. Good evening. Yes. Guys, this is me. Hello. So this is me Anam from Let's Upgrade, and we are here to the for the JAVA DSA Essentials Bootcamp for the 3 days. And so you have to mark your attendance daily to get a certificate on the end of this boot camp. I'm good. Hyderabani, I'm good. How are you guys? How are you people? Let me know the chat box. Actually Parak sir की तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, is not well, so we have cancelled the boot camp. Will be again align this Java Essentials boot camp in the next one. So for today we are starting with DSA, and our trainer is Ayush sir, and he will be teaching grade. He will teach you all the basic essential things related to DSA with Java. And let me tell you, like by sharing my screen, how to mark your attendance and everything. Guys, is my screen visible now? Is it shared? Please let me know in the chat box. Give me thumbs up in the chat that my screen is visible clearly. The certificate regarding it is available, Pratik. You can download the certificate through the link in the of you can find it in the Java Essentials description box. सौरभ सर की तबीयत ठीक नहीं है guys, so we have cancelled the session of Java. Yeah, so guys, here in the description box you can see one link. You have to click on it. First of all, please make sure that you have enrolled for this session. You have to enroll yourself, and then only we'll get to mark the attendance. I have already enrolled, so it's so I don't need to enroll again. And here, scroll down the page in the schedule part beside the day one, you will get to see the mark attendance toggle. Click on it. If you like this session, how much you will recommend it on a scale 0 to 10? Please, I will give 10 on 10. It's up to you how much you like it. And we also have two paid programs, which is Java DSA and full stack web development. If you are interested in any of this, you can choose it. And if you have any further improvement for us, like anything, any feedback you want to give, you are free. You're totally free. And we are here to just means correct those mistakes. And then you have to submit your attendance. After submitting the attendance, guys, please make sure that you reload the page. It is very important so that your if you reload your page, you can see this progress bar. It will increase day by day as you submit your assignment and mark your attendance. So you will also get the mark as you submit assignment option here only in this link only on day 2 and day 3 beside the mark attendance option. We don't give any assignment on day 1 as we teach basics on day 1, so it's only for day 2 and day 3. And guys, we also do have like Postman API Fundamental Student Expert Certification for 3 days, and it's for 1.5 hour session. There will we will be providing you with swag gifts, and we'll play Kahoot, and we'll be giving you like coupons, Flipkart coupons. So please be make sure that you enroll for that session. Also, it will be an amazing session. It's from Postman. Ma'am, does Java session be? No, Naveen, it got cancelled. Bunny, today we don't host. Today there is no Kahoot. We'll may plan to play it tomorrow, or else in the on day 3 we'll play it. So don't worry. For now, please make sure that you enroll for the Postman API. There is a lot of surprising things there. So please be enroll for that. And also we have B.Tech, NG, program. So offline engineering course, it's for 4 years. So please look, have a look, and any of them enroll from through you, you will be getting 80,000 cash or MacBook Air M1. And also we have Java DSA, it's for 5900. If you are interested, if you want to learn more about DSA, so you can enroll for this also. It's an online for 3 months, and please have a look in this. And yeah, will be, I will not audible. Sorry guys, if my voice is lagging, sir will tell you again about all the things. Okay. Please, guys, make sure that you enroll for the postman and be there on time. Sir, in the session.
Okay, yeah. Hello, everyone. Anam.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm
There
audible,
is
right?
some noise coming. Sir, there's some noise coming from your
Hmm?
side in background, like some noise is coming from your side in from background, like it's
Okay, okay.
TV something.
Okay. Just give me a second.
Yeah. Till then, guys, if you have anything to ask, any doubts, anything you want to know from us, you are free. Which class you're talking about, Harsh?
Okay. Yeah.
Certification
So,
is
is it clear
available
now?
for the Java. You can find it in the one link in the Java description box. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Is it clear now?
Yeah, better. Okay, sir.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
will
Okay.
and yes, sir. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Okay. So, hello, everyone. Bye. Bye. Hello, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Just confirm in the chat box. Gaurav, yeah, see, we are going to see recursion and all those things, right, in later classes. Starting, will be seeing some basics, right, about the Java program. Then we are going to see. Okay, so I'll share my screen. Please confirm in the chat box once it's visible, right? So I'll share my screen. Just confirm when it's visible. Okay. 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 So just confirm in the chat box if I'm audible, right? So how you all? I hope you all doing good, right? So this is the day first of the boot camp. Okay. So I'll tell you all those about that the Java and DSA program and that B.Tech program. Okay. Afterwards. So let's continue the class. I'll tell you in between. Okay. It's visible. Cool. That's visible. That's good. So this is the day first, right? And see, I guess someone saying about the recursion, right? See, we're going to see about recursion and some advanced topics, obviously not from the day first, right? That'll not be a good for those who are beginners. Okay, so just please cope up with the curriculum we had, right? What we are going to see till day 3. Okay, just be here for that. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. uh, yeah, like I hope you must have seen like Naruto and all, right? So that's great. Okay, so I'll be telling you what about those programs and all. Okay, in between, let's start with the class. So you are all are like freshers or in the college. Just write in the chat box. Just write in the chat box. You all from the college or like passed out, whatever. Just passed out from the college and what? Good evening, Saran. So just write in the chat box well, like in the first year or okay, freshers college. That's good. That's good. Okay, college and okay. So I guess you some of you already oh that's nice if you're placed. So okay, passed out third year, first year, third year. Yeah, ML. That's great. So see, like those who already in the college, right? If you are in CSE, so you already must have gone about the basics, right? So I'm not going to like talk about much of theory part. Let's start the directly. So in here, see, there are a few points which I like to mention in Java, right? In Java, we have okay, that's great. So first of all, tell me something about Java, right? What is Java and how it is different from other languages? Can anyone tell me in the chat box so that I can know, right? What like at what particular level you are right now in with this Java technology. So just write in the chat box. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay, Ramansi, that's object oriented. That's totally correct. But how it is different from other object oriented languages? That I want to know, right? Write once, write once, written, run anywhere, right? That's totally correct. Just object oriented, yeah, that's correct. Let's suppose if I am comparing with the C++, if I'm comparing with the C++, how it is different. Okay, so you're going to just stick with a few points, right? I'm not going to talk much about this because you already know, right? So let's not waste much time in here. Okay, so that's platform independent. Okay, and primitive types, that's correct. High level languages, okay. Python and Java, which is better when I'm fresher? See, there is not any such tool, right? Which language is better? It's totally up to you. But see, Python is comparatively like kind of easy, right, as compared to Java. Because if we only know about, if you're just a beginner, then Python is easy. Otherwise, just go for Java. Because I suggest when you're learning any programming language, just learn with the static type, okay, not with that Python, which is dynamic, right? So in that case, just go with the Java if you want to really want to learn. Okay. Java is a basic Java is a basic language. Yeah. Obviously, that's a basic language. Works in the backend. Yeah, exactly. That works in the backend. Okay, let's start. So, see, we are not going to much go on the history part. We already know like it is what around in early 90s it was developed. Okay, there's like few things. We already saw that, right? And developed by Sun Microsystems, and still it is being handled by Sun Microsystems, right? Right now with the Oracle. Okay, so it is class based. So I got to see this term, which is Vora, right? So can anyone tell me what is this Vora? Or just you know about this abbreviated term? What is this Vora? What is this Vora? What does it mean? Okay. So you're seeing few features. Okay, we are seeing few features. So there is a term like this Vora. What is this Vora? And then you talk about platform independent, right? Like few points which we know about Java, right? And then we have few more. Okay, so related to the security, which is kind of secure and scalable. Okay, so it's quite possible you don't generally know about what is this scalable and all those things right now. Okay, that's even not of concern, but you should know that is secure rather than the C++, although C++ works faster than Java. Is oops necessary for DSA? What I'll say, like if you're in Java or C++, oops is necessary. Otherwise, you're not able to solve the questions, the medium level questions, right? Because it involves oops at like very much level. Okay, so that's why. Yeah, obviously you're going to get a certificate. Don't worry. Okay, so there are a few points which we should know, like platform independent and all those things. Then we have one more point. As see this Vora is nothing but the platform independent, which means Java works with the bytecode, right? Rather than converting it directly into the machine level language, it converts into the bytecode, right? Which can be run anywhere. So if someone asks you about this, so that is the term. How it is platform independent just because of the bytecode. Okay, so these are like few theory parts. See what I'm gonna do, right? In the earlier classes, if you have seen the bootcamp, what I'm going to do, I'll be telling you few points in between, right? So let's start with the main structure of the Java. Okay, and I'm going to cover all those things in between, right, with the code. So you'll be definitely you'll be going to get all the theory parts as well, right, in between. Okay, so and okay, so now we have this bytecode. Okay, so how it is being converted and all those things I'm going to tell you afterwards. So there are a few points we should know: platform independent and object oriented, obviously, right? So that's oops based. That's obviously the basic part. So that's object oriented based, which means everything works around the classes and objects. It actually relates with your real world, right? Which means classes are nothing, just like if you are like student, right? If you're in a class, so that student is an object of that class, and it will include few properties and behaviors and all those things. Okay, so in general, it relates to the real world. So if you understand the problem statements, which is there in the real world also, that problem solving, that's why the Java is so scalable, right? Just because of his rich features and the libraries, right? So let's directly start with that, and there are few features. Okay, just sorry for this random changing in lines, right? That's why it is happening. I don't know. So let it be. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this bytecode later, right? How it is this works. Actually, the Main purpose is about the JVM, or you can say the JRE. Actually, JRE includes the JVM as well, right? So this is like one of the use cases, right, of the JVM, because it executes a bytecode, right, and the interpreter converts it, and we can run it anywhere. That's how it. That's about the Java, right? So if you talk about few terms, Java will be like completed in obviously 3 to 4 words. Obviously not all the details, but we know at least the overview. Okay, why we are using Java and all those things. The main part is platform independent and secure and scalable. See, we have lot of languages right now which is hoops based, right? We have JavaScript, which is not hoops based, that is object based language, not oriented. So we have C++, we have Python, we have Go, like so many languages. But Java has few features which is quite different from like other languages, right? That's one of them. Okay, that's bytecode, that's one of them, right? So that's kind of important, you should at least know. If you even forget about secure and scalable, don't forget about platform independent, right? And about this bytecode, because people generally ask how it is platform intermittent. That's the first question. Okay, you should know. And there is a term of JVM and JRE. I'm going to cover it later, right? So it actually works for compiling the code, Java code, and it makes it reusable, right? You're reusable in terms, you can use it anywhere, right? That's few terms. Okay, so let's quickly see about JDK, which includes like JRE and all the environment. Let's quickly see about JDK, right? The installation part, because it is there, so I have to cover this part. Those who already don't know about how to run a Java program, right? That's one of the basic question. Okay, so the question is how to run the code. Okay, if you have already set up, that's totally, I'm not going to take much time. Just search for JDK. I'm just telling for those people who already don't know about the JDK, right? Maybe you have already know about this. Okay, so can anyone tell me like this Java 8 and Java, like previous legacy Java, what is the difference between the advanced Java? Meanwhile, those who already know, okay, and those who haven't installed the Java, just notice in here. I'm going to tell you, okay, I have already installed the Java, so I'll tell you all the steps. In the Linux, it is quite easy. I'll tell you the command. Okay, that's quite easy. Just write Java, right? And afterwards, it will give you few commands. You have to follow in that JDK 17 or 11, you can follow. So sudo apt update, and afterwards you can just go for the sudo apt install jdk 17. Okay, let's go for the 17. Sorry, that's not, that's 17. Okay, so that's, you can just go for this. This is for the Linux users, and right now I'm on the Windows. I'm going to tell you about the Windows completely, but this step will install the Java. It will set up the environment variables. You don't have to actually do the environment variables things in the Linux. It will automatically handle by this, right? If you are a super user, okay, that's one of the thing. String buffer, right? So we're going to see those things later. String buffer is a like is there in the string class, right? On all those things in the framework, that package, util package. Okay. So see, those who haven't installed or those who don't know about how to run the program, you have to just search for JDK. It will be the first site, the Oracle. Install. This is for the Linux users. Even you don't have to just do this step. This is for the Linux, right? Those who are on the Linux or Ubuntu or anything, this thing will work fine. Okay. And you don't have to do even, you don't have to do any of this. It will install this thing, right? This will work. And for the Mac OS, you have to install, I'll prefer this DMG installer. Okay, just go for the second link. It will be like easy to install. Okay, and for the Windows, it's quite easy. You have to just go for the MSI installer. Just go for the last one, the third. Okay, so just go for the this one. This is for the Windows. I'm just going to paste it in here. Okay, so this is, I'm telling just because those who don't know, right, they should. And this is for the Windows. Okay, so when we go on the Windows, just download it and install it directly, right? And just do next. Don't change the C drive, because if you are changing the C drive, we have to set the environment variables. Okay, so just to avoid that, and if you want to, you can just search for the environment variables, right? And if I get time, I will tell you in the last. Okay, that's nothing different, right? So in here, I hope you got the point. Okay, just install it and let me know. Let me know the chat box if anyone facing any issue. I'm going to run in the VS Code only, right? I'm going to tell about the VS Code because I don't have IntelliJ idea. Because IntelliJ and your Eclipse, it's not kind of for the beginners, right? I mean, obviously you can go for the Eclipse IDE and IntelliJ, but I prefer to use VS Code. It's quite easy and user friendly, right? For the beginners. So just go for the VS Code. It will be quite easy. You have to simply install it and see, I'm going to tell you how. So after installing it, you have to just simply check for this thing, right? If it's successfully installed, you'll have to cross check if that Java is installed or not. So I have installed Java 20. It will tell me I have this runtime environment, I have this JDK and all those things. Okay, write this command. Java version works for, I'm not sure about the MacBook, but for the Linux it will work. You have to just hit Java enter. If it's installed, you'll get the version. If it's not, then you have to set the environment variables even if you have installed, right? That's the issue, because otherwise you have to make the folder in the C drive. That doesn't make any sense. So try to install it in the C drive, just as a suggestion, right, for the beginners. And if you want to set the environment variables, you're good to go. Okay. Okay, that's done. That's very nice. So this is the installation part. I hope it's clear, right? For the Linux, Mac, and Windows, just make sure you are installing it and see. If you are using a VS Code in the IntelliJ, it will work fine. You don't have to do anything. Just install the IntelliJ or the Eclipse. It will work fine. In here, you have to just search for Java, okay, for the extension in the VS Code. Because if you are going for the VS Code, there are a few extensions. There is the first pack, right? Extension pack for the Java, the first one. Install it, and everything is going to be there, right? Because it will give you suggestions in the code. It will create the class automatically, functions, and all those things. So it's quite easy to use that, right? That's obviously the beginner, right? For the beginners, and even if you're like into the development part, this is also one of the most used, right? VS Code is being extensively used by the developers all over the world, right? Because that's easy and it has rich extensions and all those things. So just tell me in the chat box, anyone good for intermediate? Yeah, exactly. So if you are intermediate, you can go for the IntelliJ or you can go for Eclipse. There is one more, right? There is a Visual Studio, that Visual Studio only. This is the VS Code. Okay. And if you want to install VS Code, just search for the VS Code. That's quite easy. I'm just going a bit fast, right? Because you can see this, all those steps, right? Which is already there on the net. So you can search for that. I have told this already, but this is again, I'm just repeating those steps, right? Just go for the VS Code. This is quite easy. You don't have to do anything. Just go for your operating system, Linux, Mac, or Windows. Just install it. That's it. Okay, that's how you're going to run. Let's run the first Java program. Okay, so I have made this folders. It's not necessary. You can have a single folder. Okay, I'm just wanted to track all the notes and all those things, right? That's why I made. So let's start with the first program. See, I'm jumping to the first program, but I'm going to tell you about the structure. See, again for the beginners, right? And those who already know, you are obviously going to get few points, and I'm going to give you a quiz, right? For those who already know what the syntax and all those things. So meanwhile, I'm going to ask you few questions, okay, about the syntaxes in Java. Let's see. Okay, those who know already and those who don't know, we are going to learn, right? Don't worry. So see why we are getting this class already, as I have made this particular file. I use .java. So one more point you have to note. When you are making the file, right, you have to use .java in small letters. Okay, this is the file extension, right? This is the file extension. Okay, so make sure you are using this, otherwise it will not run. So someone gets confused with the dot class and all those things. Dot class is that actually the bytecode, right? So someone asked me about exactly. So file extensions is important because someone gets confused about dot class. So this is actually for the bytecode. That's why I was saying I'm going to tell you all those things in between, right, with the code. So this is actually the bytecode. You can say it can be run anywhere, right? This one. This is the bytecode, right? So public static void main. Yeah. So this is one of the part. Okay. Actually, that is the entry point. Okay. So we are going to learn that. So see, this class is automatically created. Even I have some shorthands, right? I'll write this public static void main just PSVM, and it is going to write it. That's why VS Code is quite handful, right? For the beginners and for the developers. Exactly. File name and the class name should be same. If you're using a VS Code and the extension, it will automatically create with the same file name. You don't have to worry. It will allow you to debug the code and run the code. So in the day 3, I'll tell you how to debug the code. That's one of the important thing. Even if you're learning DSA or even going for the development, right? I'm just telling you from my experience, debugging the code is like kind of more important than creating the files and codes, right? Because we are going to see that, okay, afterwards, why it is important. So I'll tell you how to debug the code. Let's stick with the run part for now. So this is the normal structure. I'll tell you, okay, let's start with the first code. Okay. So I hope everyone have installed this. It doesn't matter. You can use online terminal also. Okay, online compiler, JDoodle or anything, whatever you prefer, right? So there is a JDoodle which I prefer for the DSA questions and all those things, right? It works kind of better, right? Other than the compiler. So I'm going to click on run. You're going to see on the terminal, hello world. So please make this file and all those things before checking the version. If it's there, then it means Java installed, then you are able to run. Otherwise, it will not run, right? So that's why. Okay. So we are getting like this. Okay. Someone gets confused about the dot class, how it is created, because in IntelliJ, or if you're using BlueJ, right? There is a BlueJ of that. Earlier it was used for the Java 8 and Java 7. It creates the class. Then we have to, like, when I was about to learn all those things, right? And around 2014 or 15, right? There was no VS code and all those things. Okay. So here we have to simply click on run. Either you can just go on here and run. It will give you the hello world because I'm printing this. So this is the basic, okay, of the Java program, and simple Java program, right? Obviously. So I'm going to explain few points, right, in here, what is important and all those things. Okay. So there is a line. Can anyone tell me what is this public static void mean? Just one line. If you have to explain what is this public static void main string args, what you guys say about this? What is this? What is this line? Just tell me in the chat box. One line, or if you want to explain, you can explain as well. What is this public static void main? What is there? Please see, those who don't know, there is the concept of class and objects. Just for now, just stick with this part. We have to create a class. Okay, there should be, because that file name automatically takes the file name only, that class name. It should be first letter capital. That's the convention in the Java, right? For the method, it's not necessary. See, this is a method, but this is kind of predefined method. Can anyone tell me what is this public static void mean? This is the main class, exactly. This is the main class, right? That's one of the term. Without creating constructor, we can run the main function. So see, Sanjeevan, you are saying without creating a constructor, we can run. So what about this public and what about this void? I'm just talking about in generic. I'm talking about this term, right? What is this public static void mean? That I'm asking, not about the term static and all those things. Can access from anywhere. That's totally correct, right? When we use static, we can access from anywhere. Entry point, exactly. I use. So I was saying about this entry point, right? So this is the entry point of any Java program, right? Because we have the concept of constructor overloading and all those things. We can have the multiple classes with the same class names and all those things, right? Inheritance and polymorphism. So there you'll see, like, there are a lot of programs, but where it is going to run, right? How that compiler will know where I have to start with, right? That is the issue. Okay, so that's issue being fixed by this. Actually, that's not an issue. That's how it goes. That's a simple convention. So this is a simple Java program, okay, which simply prints the hello world. But it is quite important, right? Generally, people don't know and ignore it. What is this? They just know that this is the entry point and all those things. Okay, so public is the access specifier. Okay, so this term actually is kind of related to the security, right? Security of your particular method. Okay, within the package or outside the package and all those things we are going to see. And then there is a term static. Okay, so this is your, like, actually this is a separate keyword, right? And you have a void, which is a return type. So can anyone tell me what is this void? What does it mean? What does it mean? I'm just giving a hint. This is a return type, obviously. So what does void mean? What does it mean? It can't return value, obviously. It can't return a value except the parameters and all those things. Okay, so exactly. So this string arg is also related to the arguments, right? So those who don't know, this is the string argument. Okay, so when we are working with the command line arguments, we have to stick with the args, right? That's how it works. It returns zero. Where it returns? Void doesn't return zero, right? Don't confuse with that. So see, we are going to see about the data type and this return type. So void means like a null value, right? Not a null value. Actually, it returns nothing. Okay, which returns nothing. Okay, just cross. No return. Exactly. And see, null is a different thing, right? We don't say null value. Okay, right? DSA. See, I'm going to tell you, right? Don't worry about that. I'm going to tell you how we can start with the problems, right? First, you have to know at least how the thing is working. Then you can start with the questions. See, I'm going to ask you questions also. Okay, don't worry about that. So keyword is used to specify that method doesn't return anything. Exactly. It means that method doesn't return anything. Okay, so can we use, I have a question in here, can we use this with a variable name? Can we use this variable name? Is it possible? With a variable, can we use void? Is it possible? Void means zero. See, void doesn't mean zero, but yeah, you can say it. Why we write static? Static is just for, see, actually it is related to whose concept, but for now you can say we don't have to create objects. See, the basic structure is, that's why I was saying, the basic structure is, let's say when I write this program, right? This is the main method. When I create a method of my own, I have to create an object because there is a class of this concept. Okay, I'll tell you. See, there is a simple, I'm not going to take much time for this, just don't worry. See, we have, let's suppose this is a class, actually outside there is a package. Okay, so this is the package. Okay, this is the simple container, right? Like container like structure. So this is the architecture, high level architecture of any Java program. Then there is a class outside, there is obviously the other sub packages and all those things. There is a class, then you have methods, right? Here you have methods like blocks. So that's why actually if you understand this term, right, you'll see what are the variables and you'll understand the definitions, okay, better way. So when we can use data type, and starting is a constant value, it is assigned for a variable. See, that is the final, right? For the, that one, if you're saying that is the final. See, actually it is related to the scoping of the variables. When we use static, it is related to the scoping. Okay, so right now we have to think about the data types and variables, but let's see this, right? Just see, we have to cover a few more things. Just make it quick. So let's suppose we have blocks, right? So it can be a variable, it can be a method, right? So let's suppose M stands for the methods, or you can say functions, and this is for the variable. Okay, so variable also takes space, right? It is inside the class, it is not outside the class. Okay, obviously, like if you have different classes, it's going to be outside the class. But let's suppose you have binded them, because class by definition kya tha, right? That's simple. So class means like that encapsulation, right? Means binding the class and methods into a, sorry, that attributes and methods into the single class. That is the encapsulation, right? That's why your method, if it's private, okay, that accesses specifier. If it's public, it can be accessed outside. मतलब दूसरा package अगर कोई होगा, it can access it, right? It is related to the real world. How? Because let's suppose you have made a server like APIs and all with the Java, and if you are writing this function with the public, right, it is actually your threat to your program or your API, because it can be accessed by the other package also. It's quite possible your code would break, right? That's why. Okay, so in that case, we should follow the approach of security and encapsulation. So just make sure when we are creating the methods, we should try to use it private until it is not required for the other packages. Okay, that's why oops is important for the DSA as well, right? Sometimes people just ignore it or just learn in a like generic way, right? But it should it's important, right? You have to just go through this concept deeper, okay, to understand DSA and advanced topics, right? Someone asking about the recursion, okay, before going to the recursion you should know at least the basics, right? And if you know, that's totally good. So yeah, in here, see, so this is the methods and this is the values, right? And this actually the different package. Okay, so if you are making it public, you can access it. Okay, otherwise if you are not making it static, what will happen? You don't have to make the object of this class to access this method, right? Which means you don't have to write like this. Let's suppose if my class is a student, so I don't have to use student obj and like this. I don't have to do like this to call a method. Okay, I don't have to do like this. If I'm making it static, I can directly access it, right? That's the purpose of this static. Okay, so this is a simple structure. I hope it is clear. Anyone have any doubt in this? This is the class. Inside it, we have methods, we have variables. We are going to see what are the variables and all those things. Okay, I'm going to start with the data type, then we are going to be the variables. Don't worry. Okay, so this is a simple structure of the program, right? We have the packages, we have the class, we have methods, we have variables. Okay, inside the methods, we have this all these terms. Access specifier, return type, okay, and then there's a static keyword. So that is a static keyword. Okay, it is used to define an instance variable or method. Okay, see, this term might be strange for you guys, those who don't know already, but just for now you can say instance variables or method means which can be accessed without directly calling with the objects, right? That's a simple term. I mean, see, some restrictions are like removed from this, right? When we are using a static keyword, right? That's the purpose. Okay, sometimes we do this is static and all those things. So can anyone tell me about this? Anyone have any doubt in this part? we have a method. This is the entry point, okay, which means we can have our own methods. Obviously, we are going to create our own methods. Then we have a main. We should have one main class. If you're not creating main class, nothing will work, right? Let's suppose if I try to create a function, any other function, if I don't have any main method, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so right now I'm going to stick with the public static. Okay, I'm going to tell you in the later session, right, how this thing works. So we have a public static. Then let's suppose I write in here end. Okay, and we'll say sum. So let's talk about data type. I have few points to tell you about the data type. Okay, the basic obviously. So this is a method, right? This is a simple method. It returns. So it will give you an error, like it should return something. Let's suppose if I'm directly writing return 0. So this compiler will like let it go. Okay. So if you don't have any main method, this how this function is going to run, right? You cannot directly call in here like this. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, because everything works in here. So you can say, right, you can generally say, if you have written a big program like large code base, you have to just go for the main function. You have to see what particular statement is written. This is a statement which is also included in the syntax of the Java. So this is a statement. This is the print statement. Okay, this is a print statement. We have few more things I'm going to cover. So if you don't have any function, main function, and if you have created the class, how we are going to run the sum, right? It will not work, obviously. Okay, that's why we have the main method, which is kind of the entry point, which means everything will work from here. If I have created like this, it doesn't make any sense until I call it in the main function, not outside the main function. Okay, outside the main function will give you error. Otherwise, also it will be like compile error, obviously. So it will not work. And even if you don't have any main function, nothing will work, right? Remember the point. This is the basic structure. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt? We can directly class name. Exactly, we can directly call it with a class name, or you can directly call it if it's, see, you have to use class name if it's outside the package. Otherwise you can directly call, right? You're going to use with this only. Okay, so we are not using any package or something. We are simply going with the class and all. Okay, so I have to tell few things, and I have to ask as well, right, those who have the idea. Can anyone tell me what is the data type? Can anyone tell me what is the data type? Yeah, exactly. See, I have to ask this question. What is this int and integer, right? You're already asking. So can anyone tell me about the data types? What is data type in Java? Just be quick, guys. What is data types in Java, right? Remember, I'm asking for the Java because other languages have some differences. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is this data types in Java? Int, float, int, float. No, 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 not like this, not like this. I mean, there should be a category, right? Int, float, double. If someone asks you what is the data type, are you going to say like int, float, and double like this? Block of memory to store specific value that is a variable, right? Obviously, that memory is the behind the scene. Okay. No, 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 not like this, not like. There should be a category, right? There should be a category. I mean, if someone asks you the data types, see how many. Okay, the question would be like this. Okay, if it's confusing, you can say how many data types we have. How many types of data type? Okay, in Java. This I wanted to ask actually. Okay, so primitive and non. Yeah, exactly. Primitive and non-primitive, right? See, someone asks you about this, right? You have to say primitive directly. Don't start with the int, float, and all. Okay, so primitive and non-primitive. That's nice. Okay, so there is a concept of this in the data type, right? Primitive and non-primitive. Okay, so just stick with me. Those who are beginners, right? So we have two types, okay, of this in Java, of this data type, obviously. And in here, see, first is your primitive, and there is a non-primitive. You can call it derived. Okay, so you can call it derived as well. See, what is the difference between the primitive and derived? What is the difference? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what is the difference? Java, CSS all have very similarity. See, there is not, you cannot say there is a much of similarity. Obviously, related to the concept, there is a similarity, right? Don't confuse with the concepts. What is the data type we are talking in here is kind of same. Only the some syntax part would be differ. That we have to discuss, right? Because maybe you already know about C or C++, but there is some differences, right? That create confusion, obviously, specifically in the DSA programs, right? That's why it is important. This is basic but important. Okay, size of primitive is fixed. Exactly, right? Size of primitive is fixed. So this is The primitive data type, which means already predefined data types, it is like the predefined and the size is fixed, obviously. That is correct. Okay, so this is the predefined data type in Java. Okay, obviously everywhere this is generic. Primitive and derived everywhere in other languages also, right? This is generic. This is generic. Okay, so built-in, derived, obviously. So can anyone tell me examples of the derived data type? Examples about this, guys. What about the examples? Primitive and derived. Derived means the non-primitive, we can say, okay, or which is derived from primitive one only, right? Nothing else. So this is, I'll say, primitive data type. Okay. So non-primitive data types are like which is derived from this one only. Okay. So why it is called derived? Because they use only primitive data types to define themselves. Okay. We are going to see the examples. So what is this data type? Just like someone said, it is kind of way of storing the value, right? It tells you how much space is going to be allocated for any variable or any value. Okay, that's about the data type. It is being categorized into two types, primitive and derived, obviously. Okay, can anyone tell me the difference? Can anyone tell me the, sorry, that examples? Okay, array and string. Okay, that's, if you are getting about this, right, that's totally correct. String, array, we have, see, if I say class, is it a derived data type? Is it a derived data type? Interesting, right? It is a derived data type or primitive, or it is even a data type or not? Can anyone tell me? Is it a derived data type or primitive? Right. This is quite interesting, right? When we are talking about class separately, but it is coming inside the data type, right? So derived, right? Exactly, right? That's because those who don't know, they might confuse with this point. Okay, why it is derived data type? Because classes use this methods and all, right? Which is nothing but class can have only variables, right? Class can have only variables, right? Obviously we are going to see that. See, class can have like this also. Let's suppose if I say student, okay, I'm going to run it also, don't worry. So if I student, right, I can have like this also. I can say string name, okay, and I can have int roll number. That's it, right? I can have like this also with the constructor and all those getter setters later. That will be later, but we can have like this also. This is nothing but a custom data type, okay, custom class, we can say. That is nothing but a derived data type. Okay, derived data type means this is not primitive, obviously. I'm just asking about the questions. So this is a derived data type because if you're not including a method, right, if you have only like this is called as a custom class or custom data type. Okay, which means it includes heterogeneous data types. Heterogeneous means more than one type, which means string, in int, you can have an array also inside it, right? That's why. So it is also nothing but a derived data type class. Okay, and you already talked about a string, right? You already talked about string. So can anyone tell me? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, what you're not able to understand? What is the issue? Someone asked this question, right? What you're not able to understand? What is the doubt? Where actually? Like, what is the issue? Just tell me. If someone have any doubt, right? Just you can ask. Okay, just feel free to ask. Okay, feel free to ask. Whatever doubts if you have, feel free to ask. Okay, don't worry. I'll tell you. So see string. Someone, obviously some of you already gave me. So see, let's talk about the examples for the primitive, right? Yeah, I'll say just like this. So for the primitive, you already told me. You have told me about int. You have float. Okay. You have double. We have char. We have a char also. Char means character, single letters, A, B, C, and all those things, symbols. Okay. In derived also we have classes, arrays. Basic example is array, right? We are going to cover this tomorrow. There is a string also, but this is kind of strange as well, right? String is nothing but the value is fixed. Someone told me about this just now in the chat box. The primitive data types are the data types. That is nothing wrong. It is correct, but isn't contradictory, right? Kind of contradict, right? Because if the size is fixed, right, I'll tell you, right, this quite interesting about the string in Java. Okay, it's not about any other languages, specifically C++. Collection of different data types. String is immutable, but we can add string. How exactly? That's Lucas. That is the point we have to cover today. Okay, that's kind of important. So, can anyone tell me? string size is fixed. Okay, this is correct. This is nothing wrong. Size is fixed. Then why it is not primitive? String size is fixed. Why it is not primitive? What is the issue with this part? If the size of the string is fixed because it is immutable, right? I'm going to tell you how. So can anyone tell me why like this? Why it is not primitive but in the derived data type? Why it is like this? At least you guys about know, right? Because generally people confuse with this string. They call it as a primitive data type, okay, which is not. Okay, and this is important with the term of interview and as well as your DSA, right? Or if you're going to work with the development, quite important. So can anyone tell me what about this? Why it is a size is fixed but we cannot use it, right? We can create other variable with a different size. Okay. Reference data type. Okay. Okay. So see, size is fixed, which is kind of primitive, right? But it should be primitive. It should be primitive, but it is not. Okay, I'll tell you the reason. See, those who don't know, string is class. That's no. String a class. Okay, see, integer is also a class, right? In which you are using that int. That is a data type. You can say, yeah, exactly. So that's also one of the reason. But one of the other reason is obviously that string is a class, but size is fixed still. Okay, so that's kind of strange about this string class. The size is fixed, it is immutable just because of like this part only. Okay, so immutable. And one more thing is it's storing the same memory references. Exactly. Substring आगे बना सकते हैं. What does it mean? I didn't get the point. You are asking question about this substrings. Exactly. See, it is a class first thing, okay, and it is a sequence of characters, right? Notice this point. If I'm writing hello into the double quotes, first of all, we use double quotes. Those who don't know, this is a string. I have to write string, and I say s, and like this. Okay, I'll write it clearly. Don't worry. So this is how we declare a string, right? Or you can say in slice as the same time. If I say hello world, okay, I'm going to run it as well. I have a question, right? It's kind of quiz, okay, for you guys. I have a quiz for this. Okay. So is there any other way of using this str to store this hello world? Any other way using string only? Using a string only. Then you are able to understand what is this, issue. One more point is it is a sequence of character, right? That's one of the other reason because it is using character, which is a primitive data type, right? It is the combination of character only, right? This H is what? Is a CH. This E is a character. This L is also a character, which means it is a sequence of characters. Binding those characters, we make a string. That's why it is a derived data type. Okay, that's one of the other reasons. And class, obviously, string is a class, right? Okay, immutable. Then there is a point. Any other way, so right? I'm gonna tell you what is the concept of heap memory, which is quite important in here. So actually, it uses a string pool, but you can call it a heap memory. Okay, and why it is immutable, I'll tell you. See, when we use like this, I can still say str equals to, let's suppose if I say John Wick, right? I can say like this. Okay, I can say like this. It means it is not denying the fact it is immutable. It is simply changing the value, which means still we are able to do this, right? Which is not kind of possible in the this Python, right? This immutable thing. Okay, that keyword obviously. See why we have called it immutable this way. I'll tell you. So whenever we do like this, okay, string str hello world, it takes a space in the heap memory. It is stored the value. Obviously, there is some byte of space for the characters. It takes 2 bytes for one character each. Okay, so that is a different point behind the scene. So let's suppose if it's storing the hello world, okay, somewhere in here. So if it store the hello world, it will point to this particular address. Sorry, it will point to this address. Okay, that is the point. So when it is going to point this hello world, when I write like this, it will create another space. It is not going to change this in here only. It will create another space. That is one of the issue with the string. And that's why it is immutable. That is the behind the scene working, right? Of the string. So this is a John Wick. Okay, just ignore the handwritings and all. Okay. Okay, I'll make it better. Right in here. This is the John Wick. Okay. So it will just break the pointer, okay, and this str will now point to John Wick. This is space obviously is going to be handled by the garbage collector. We are going to see about the garbage collector. Important point. Okay. So obviously it deletes the data, but it will create a new space, which means new memory address. I'll say MA, which is memory address. So new memory address allocated to the new string. That's why it is immutable, which means we are not changing in here. When it is if it was immutable, it should change in here only. Same space. It shouldn't change the memory address, right? That's why I'll tell you one example. Okay. So I asked one question. Is there any other way of declaring a string? Okay, let's talk about the methods for now. So let's suppose, I hope you are able to see the VS Code, right? I'll just be quick because we don't have much time left right now. Okay, so I'll just simply write hello. Okay, just stick with me, I'll tell you. And I'll say this is nothing but str1, right? And in here it'll be like str2. Okay, we have to answer this question. Okay, those who already know and those who understand the concept right now, what's happening. Okay, just tell me. So I'm writing like this. Also, there is a so many concepts about the string, right? String is quite interesting in Java. Okay, so repeat it once. Okay, I'll repeat. Don't worry. I'll repeat with the example. Don't worry. Don't worry. Constant cannot be changed once created, but here actually it is being changing, right? So it is actually denying the fact of immutability also, but behind the scene it is actually implementing the immutability part, right? Because it is allocating a new space, not changing at the same space. Okay, that's why it is kind of immutable. Okay, we don't have much time left. I have to be quick. Okay, so see, in here we have str1 and str2 like this. Same string I'm passing in here, hello. Okay, if I do like this, okay, if I do like this, str1 equals to str2. So those who already know about this, if is simply a conditional statement, okay, to check about a condition. Equal to is an operator, which means simply checking, right? See, you can tell by this, hello is obviously same string we are using, right? So if I try to write, if I try to log it, okay, which means obviously I'm going to print, I'll say same string. Okay, if I do like this, right? And I have a else part also. So we are going to cover this as well. So I'll write in here not same. Okay, new string, exactly. That's I was asking. We have a method to use a string object also. We can use a new string because the string is a class. Okay, so let's cover this. Okay, in here now tell me what we are going to see. If I run the program, what will happen? Can anyone tell me in the chat box? Just be quick. We don't have much time. Can anyone tell me in the chat box? Is equal. See, there is a difference between the double equal to, right? And there is a difference between the is equal. Okay, is equals actually. Use new keyword. Exactly. We can use a new keyword. So can anyone tell me about this? What we are going to get in the output? Just be fast, guys. Be fast. Same string exactly, right? If I run this program, I have just written. So you'll get same str. Okay. See, the point is here you are storing the value, but here this equal to operator, it matches the object. Okay. Object means, or you can say the memory address. That is the quite interesting. Right now you can see it'll tell you this is matching with the hello and all, but it is not like that. It's matching the memory address. Your is equals to, right? This particular statement, when we write like this is quite different. It matches the content. Okay, equals, we have equals only, right? I'm just confused with v2. There's a equals method. If I say str2, it will compare the string and will just give true or false. Okay, this will match the string content, hello. Okay, this is different. It will match the object or memory address. Why it is giving us same? Because in the string, when we use same string, right, Java, just to optimize the space, it will, I'll show you how. See, when I write like this, okay, when I write like this is actually important. Okay, that's why we have to see. And if you understand this part, data types, we don't have other data types, which is kind of hard, right? String is quite strange and useful as well, because there is a lot of programs, DSA programs on based on the strings, right? So when I write like this, hello is stored in here somewhere, let's suppose, at any address. Okay, any address. So this str1 will point to this str2 also will point to this, because same string. Java handles this part behind the scene automatically. Okay, which means that's how it works. Okay, so can anyone tell me, when I use a new keyword, what will happen? That's a quiz for you guys. Okay, just I'll write that code. Okay, Anyone have any doubt till here? See, why we are learning about behind the scenes, because this is what happening, and this is quite important when we have to work with the collection framework, okay, that we are going to see tomorrow. So we have a string builder. There is to avoid the immutability part, right? So, and yeah, what is the issue? What is the issue? Compares the reference and equals the, exactly, Akshatas, that's totally correct. It compares the reference and compares the actual content. Okay, so is equal method is quite different, and double equal to is quite different. And this is behind the scene what is happening. It is not allocating new space for the hello. Same space and same memory address is being stored in the str2. When we use a different or new keyword, see, I'll tell you the answer tomorrow. Just for now, you can tell me, see, I am going to use hello only. Okay, so tomorrow you can tell me what is the difference. So if I say str, sorry, this is str3 and this is str4. So if I say str, also I'm going to run it now, and you have to tell me, those who don't know already, tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you tomorrow about this. Okay, so this is the same string. I'm going to comment this out. Okay, for now. So see, we have used this new keyword. So this is also one of the use case of the string. You can use an object to store the string, right? See why I'm telling you this, because it is quite important. Other data types doesn't have much uh, complexity, right? That's why. So actually it works kind of different. So it is important. So when I run the code, you'll see not same. Okay, I'll just clear the console and run it again. Okay, so you'll see not same. If you are able to see the screen, it will say not same. Okay, not same. Why we are getting into the else part? See, those who don't know about if else, don't worry. This is simple. If your condition is true, which means str3 is equal to str4, which means this one. See, if you are doing like this, it is nothing but hello only. If you are trying to print the str3, it will print hello only. If you try to print str4, it will print hello only. What is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference in here? Not same. Why it is not same? They pointed exactly, right? That's the difference. Some, like those who know already, that's very good. Okay. Those who don't know, just remember this point. When we use new keyword, it will allocate a new space. Okay, new memory, we can say. And same goes for this, which means even if you're writing same string, it will not point to the same memory address. It is being different. But there is a, see, it will be a like issue, right? When we have to match the content, why I have to check for the address? I don't want to check for the address. Then we have a equals operator. Okay, obviously there is a alternative for to check for this thing. If I simply sorry, if I simply run this program, you'll see same, right? Run and you'll say same. Why it is same? Because using a equals operator, it will check for the value. Okay, that's important. So just like this, we have so many methods, right? And actually, see, string is quite strange, and these are the points. Okay, nothing apart from this. We have few more points that I'm going to cover later, but this is quite important. Okay, and see the other data types, integer and all. That's quite easy. Okay, we are going to see tomorrow about when we are going to make some program and all those things. We are going to learn algorithm, right? So anyone have any doubt till this point? Just tell me no. See, this is what the convention is. When we use new keyword, new space will allocate, no matter what we are storing. If it's the same string which is already there, it will still create the same other space. Okay, that's the point. Anyone have any doubts till here? Anyone have any doubts? Just let me know. Any doubts? Any doubt anyone have? Okay, guys, make sure to, I'll just tell you this point. See, 50 percentage progress, right, is important. Your attendance, you have to mark the attendance from here. So every, this link is there in the description box. Make sure you're marking the attendance, and 50 percentage criteria is compulsory for the certificate, right? If you want to get the certificate of this boot camp, so make sure you are marking the attendance from here. Let's suppose, see, this is just for you guys, right? Just to forgive the recommendation and all those things. And in here, you have to recommend the today's session, whatever you want. Okay, just hit whatever you like and which program you are interested in, Java and DSA or full stack web. Just select for this and just give the comment, right? Whatever you want to tell. Okay, so just submit your attendance, all three fields. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever the thing you want in here, you can just tell. Okay, this is how the attendance is marked, and make sure you have to get at least 50% progress, right? So on the day 2 you'll be getting assignment. I'll be telling you, right, how we have to solve the assignment. This is nothing different. Whatever we are going to learn in the boot camp, from there only the assignment will be there. Okay, and tomorrow we are going to directly start with few program and few important algorithms. Okay, so tomorrow we are starting with the arrays, right? There I'll tell you about the conditional statements in detail, don't worry. Okay, so we that's detail, that conditional statements is quite easy. Okay, it's nothing different. String was something which is quite important because we have to solve few questions. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Anyone have any doubt? Any doubt till here? Compulsory to use equals to below and equals to above. See, there is DSA. We are going to see about some algorithms related to arrays, and let's suppose sorting algorithms, right? I'm going to tell you some like the most basic questions on the arrays, and firstly the DSA based questions, and we are going to see questions on string. That's why I told you string, like in detail, right? When we use new keyword instead of in the heap instead of, yeah, exactly, that's correct. Array is not a part of DSA. A linked list stack, that is obviously, I guess there's it is there on the third day, right? I'm talking about the tomorrow. Okay, yeah, so just mark the attendance, and then there is a one more link, right, which is there for the postman collection and all those API, right? Because see, what you are going to learn Java and all those things, if you want to implement in the real time and in the industries how it is being used, obviously in the backend, right? You should know about the backend. Make sure you are like like enrolling to that boot camp, right? Just check it out. It is there in the description box. Okay, make sure to mark the attendance. And then there is a B.Tech CC program also, right? Here also. Okay, here you can see. So this is, if you are referring it to your friends, right, you'll be getting obviously the prizes, MacBooks and all. And obviously in the tomorrow that postman session, there'll be some, like you'll be getting few knowledge about the APIs and how that postman works and all those things, which is actually related to the real time and like how it is being used in industry, right, in the APIs. And this is the CSE program, right? You can just check it out and see. There are few points. Okay, this is quite important. So if I want to learn, right, and just get the real world examples and learn with a good community. Okay, when we want with the, like, see, we want, you can learn from the unicorn leaders and all those things, right? You'll get an internship, and see, there'll be like lot of things you're going to learn from here. Okay, so if you are referring to your friend, you'll be getting obviously gifts, and there is a DSA program also, right? There's a price, I guess, there would be here in only. So if you want to learn, obviously, right, see, there'll be there inside it. Okay, so that's, I guess, in the description box. Just check it out and just try to enroll into that postman, right? That's quite knowledgeable, right? You'll be getting, obviously, see, it's not necessary already know about the APIs, how to make APIs. Postman collection and all those things is a bit different. Okay, so when we create a char array, print different directly, where data gets printed instead. uh okay, MacBook, see, I don't know about the MacBook Pro or not, but yeah, obviously, if your friend enrolls into that boot, that particular CSE program, right, then you'll be getting that. Yeah. So, and okay, we are getting error 04. Okay, see, admin, if you're here, can you please check that link if it's working or not? Okay, and guys, please make sure, like, if you like this session, make sure to like the video, right, and subscribe to the channel, right, and share with your friends as well, right? So obviously to save among your friends and just let it go, right? And let's take more people and just learn, right? Because see, peer learning is kind of important. Okay, because if you learn and just share with your friends, they will also learn. Okay, so being in the community and growing, that's actually more important for the society and you as well, right? Will be, obviously, you'll get to know more things about this, right? And then about this Java DSA program, obviously you're going to learn and solve few questions, and obviously getting into the development part with the Java, right, afterwards. This is for you guys. Okay, just check it out and make sure to mark the attendance. Don't forget, right? That's important. And 50% criteria is again important. Okay, there is a referral option also. You can just check this out. You can get the LU coins and all those things for this boot camp. Make sure you're see, anyone have any doubt in this? Anyone have any doubt in this part? Just let me know. Okay, cool. So yeah, anyone have any doubt till this point? Just let me know. And tomorrow we are going to see you obviously with that stack and queue. Obviously we are going to cover in the day 3, right? Don't worry. See, if you got time, we are going to cover all those things, right? Whatever. Anyone? Okay, that's great. Anyone have any doubt? Any doubt till here? Okay. So make sure you are marking the attendance. Just check the program, right? Everything is there in the description box. Okay. Make sure just that API one, right? That's quite knowledgeable. Okay. That will be very useful and will be like fun session also. Afterwards, I guess there will be a game and quiz or something. Okay. So, okay. Any doubt? Any doubt afterwards? Just let me know. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to start with this Aries. Okay. Just stick with me and obviously you're going to learn lot, right? Whatever we are going to cover in 3 days, firstly you'll learn new things. Okay, those who don't know about the strings, obviously you'll get to know about this string, and we are going to solve few questions, okay, on this part. So I hope no doubt. Anyone have any doubt till here? Just let me know. Any doubt? Okay. Okay. ठीक है एनी डाउट गाइस, एनी डाउट? कोई डाउट है तो पूछ लो, ठीक है। एंड सी, जो डीएसए की बात करो ना आप, दैट इज एक्चुअली सी लाइक एक्चुअली एक्सीडिंग द टाइम, बट द थिंग इज डीएसए में ना आपको देखो बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स होते हैं, ठीक है। सो वी कैन नॉट कवर ऑल द टॉपिक्स at all, but obviously we are going to see the essential parts, because string is one of the basic in DSA. Okay, because if you don't know about the string, there's a lot of questions on string, right? String matching and fuzzy algorithm and all those things, right? So yeah, see, there is a description link in the chat box as well, right? Just make sure you can share it also with your friends if you want to, and you can enroll into the DSA program, okay, to get better learning, right? Okay. Reduce the line of code, exactly, right? To reduce a line of code and understand those concept is quite important. That's why I tell you guys to just learn the essentials, then go for the DSA, right? It'll be like great. Okay, it'll be easy for you also to understand the DSA concepts, right? Okay, so see you guys then tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the session. So okay, then bye guys, and make sure you're marking the attendance, right? Make sure you mark the attendance. See you guys then. See you guys tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the session. Have a good day, right? Have a good evening.
Hey, hi everyone. So my name is Sai Kiran and I'm the founder and CEO of LetsUpgrade, and I'm having some amazing news for every one of you. LetsUpgrade, in collaboration with IT and Skills University, is launching the first B.Tech CSE program that we love to share with you all, guys. 6 features. Number 1, 100% job guarantee to all the students joining this particular program with minimum 8 LPA. Number 2, 1-year paid internship in product/MNC companies. Number 3, taught by real developers working in the industry in top companies. Number 4, amazing campus, a campus which is like WeWork in Mumbai that we are building for you all, guys. Number 5, build lots of projects which are like real world applications, highly scalable applications from Hotstar to Zoom to your own Zomato. Number 6, you are gonna love the community collaborations that we guys have done. We are collaborating with 13 plus tech communities to give you the same environment what IITs and NITs have. Meet lots of industry people, participate in hackathons and meetups to understand what is running in the industry. These are the 6 features which we have. You can check out the program on our website, that is isu.ec.in. Check out B.Tech there, you will find it. That's it, guys. Bye-bye.